This mind-blowing story with an exhausted girl fed up with the burden of work. As Midori has been given overtime and hasn't slept, she wants to go straight to bed and rest. Her shivering legs and tiring looks reveal how she has suffered this month. At last, she has reached home and a few steps away from the bed. Unfortunately, she fell to the ground because her legs refused to support her weight. She has realized she is going to die, and it hurts her a lot, because her life hasn't given her a chance to say goodbye to her parents. Just then, her soul has departed from her body, and tears are rolled from her eyes. At this moment, she is repenting to die like this because there is no one around her. This time is lucky for her because God has granted her wish. In exchange, she needs to do something for God. With a shocked face, Midori inquires what she needs to do. God smiles and reveals Azdalan's world, where humans are persecuting other people on the base of species. Her task is to figure out whether humans should be wiped out. Listening to this, she is scared enough to death and denies doing the task. But God is aware of her weakness and assures her to give power by reincarnating her. This sounded good, and she expressed her passion for fluffy things. She even wanted to tame her parents' cat, whom she loves most. So, her only desire is to remain with fluffy animals who can take her weariness away. Observing her so much interest in fluffy things, God has decided to bestow her power related to animals. Also, he has reincarnated her without her permission. After that, she opens her eyes in the grand house where her parents and siblings are pleased to see a cute girl. Little Midori is shunned because she is unable to move and speak up. The only she can do is listen to them. Just then, her mother performs magic and gives her Nefertime name. 3 years later, Nima, her nickname, tells about her family. Nima is raised in the ducal family of Osf as a third-born child. And Nima is happy with her gentlemanly brother Ralph and her cute older sister Karna. Both are wishing her a happy third birthday. Her brother Ralph has brought flowers, and Karna shows fireworks as a celebration. Not only this, Nima has plenty of animals she needs to introduce. To feel their fluffiness, she runs to the animal and is about to fall due to a hurdle. Before she fell and got hurt, her pet dog, Dee, was always there to protect her. Also, her parents take a breath of relief by seeing their beloved daughter safe. On the other hand, Nima feels like she is in heaven because so many animals and birds surround her. But they are too much and difficult to handle. Soon, she realized she shouldn't tame too many animals. Still, she is happy in their company. After some time, Nima's mother is anxious because she is called to the royal palace. Her husband is not at home, and Ralph and Karna are in the academy. So, no one can take care of Nima. She had no option except to take her royal palace. Before taking Nima, she warns her to be a good girl. As Nima is going outside for the first time, in overexcitedness, she responds positively, and they move to the royal palace. Going there, she looks at the people's faces, and there is no clue of persecution. Arriving here, she cast a protection spell on her and asked her not to go anywhere. As soon as her mother moves to do her duty, she looks at the bird and chases it. She has run away by forgetting her mother's warning not to go anywhere. Chasing the birds, she has arrived at the garden. Here, attracted by Nima, squirrels, and other animals, she starts loving her, and her heart is pounding with happiness. Just then, furious but lovely eyes can be seen from the bushes. Feeling a strange presence, all the animals have vanished, and Nima diverts her attention to this animal. This is not a common animal because he is a sky tiger. Despite being scared, she has fallen for Sky Tiger, a beast, and she should keep a distance from him. Meanwhile, another shocking thing happens when Sky Tiger licks her. It reveals that Sky Tiger is obsessed with this little girl. Also, Nima gets closer to him and feels his fluffiness, which has taken her to another world. At the same time, Sky Tiger is seated, which is a sign that she can ride on him. It's strange because the beast allows a little girl to sit on him. Without any fear, she avails the opportunity and sits on his back. Sky Tiger takes her to the master, who is a prince. Prince is surprised to see a little girl on his Lars, because, except for him, he never gets attached to anyone. Also, he worries about this little girl who has easily trusted the beast and has no fear. Prince warns her, and Nima's attention diverts to him. For a second, she was mesmerized by his beauty and held her in his hand. Watching herself in this prince's arms, she gets annoyed. Nima continuously asks him to get her down, but Prince is enjoying her resistance, and to enrage her, he puts her on his shoulder. As a result, Nima has started yelling and moving her hands and legs like crazy. Prince has gotten his play toy and wants to enjoy it more, but Lars takes her from his lord and puts her down. It's shocking for Prince because Lars has never been friendly with her. This time, the prince is impressed with this girl and inquires about her parents, who have left her alone. She tries to clear his misunderstanding so that she isn't lost. But Prince is not in the mood to listen to her and take her to her father. Riding on the Sky Tiger's back, she is moving to Royal Palace. Reaching King's Library, she runs to her father. Her father is astonished, looking at her daughter here. Even he is worried about her. But Prince becomes a hero by saying he has saved Nima, who was lost in the forest. Listening to this, she is annoyed because she never lost. Her father hugs her and can imagine her loneliness in the forest. In reality, the situation is adverse because she can take care of her, but no one can convince them. Also, her father thanks him for saving her daughter by calling him Prince. Listening to this, she is shocked because she considers him a brute. But he has turned into a prince. Never mind, she has decided to call him Brute Prince. Just then, King himself introduces him to this cute girl. And she has also realized that if this brute young man is prince, he is king. So, she has decided to use all her charm to keep the king on her side. She gives her introduction charmingly and wins the heart of the king. Even the king has allowed her to come to the royal palace again. Listening to this, her heart is jumping with happiness. But still, there is a mother whose anger she has to tolerate. Her mother is resentful because she hasn't obeyed her order. To cheer her mood up, Nima mentions King's approval to come here again. Hearing this, she calms down, and Nima expresses her happiness to meet with Lars again. Her mother advises her to avoid meeting with Lars in loneliness, because he is a beast, and he can do anything with her. Also, she tells her about Sky Tiger, who gets power from divine power. The energy they use is called elementalism. On the other hand, humans take power from their mana, so she should be careful when Sky Tiger is around her. Without giving her mother a sign of understanding, she runs to D, and her mother is worried about her, because the animals are fond of her, and even Lars loves her company. Later, she is taken to the magnificent academy where her elders study. As her father is Duke, she is given special treatment. Before she creates another trouble, her mother again warns her to stick with her, and asks her to hold her hand. Her parents are asked to sit on a special seat to watch the competition. This ground is in front of them, created with the magic of teachers. She is impressed with the competition ground. The first round is between Ralph and his competitor. His personality makes Nima scared because he can beat his brother. With a confusing face, she is looking at the match. Both have soldiers and magic master wands in their hands. Getting started in the competition, Ralph and his rival start a fight. Luckily, Ralph proves dominant because he has knocked down his rival. Watching this, she's pleased and jumps to her brother. She congratulates him for his success but soon starts shivering. To calm herself, she needs to go to the restroom. After peeing, she feels lightweight and moves to her brother. Her brother is not alone. He is with Tristan, who is bragging he will win. She interrupted their conversation by calling her brother, but Tristan makes fun of him by saying Ralph has an excuse to lose the battle. He can say that he must take care of his sister, so he loses the battle. Listening to this, she gets infuriated and insults him. Tristan is unable to tolerate this and raises his hand to beat her. Before he can, Ralph gets in front of her and doesn't give him a chance to do such an evil thing. Just then, Prince has also arrives and both boys greets him. Prince reprimanded Tristan for raising his hand to the child, and he asked for forgiveness, because Prince himself is taking this side of this girl. Also, Prince assumes Nima is scared of Tristan and hiding behind her brother. But the truth is the opposite. She is hiding from the prince. Unfortunately, he tells Ralph about this incident of saving her. She again opposes that she never got lost in the forest. By doing so, she has gained the prince's attention, and he holds her in his hands. Also, Prince has decided to take her as a plaything. She refused to do so, but the prince knows how much she loves the royal palace, so he has given her access to the royal palace whenever she wants. Nima, yelling to be a plaything, is now considering this offer. Also, Prince threatens Tristan not to mess with her because she belongs to Prince. Hearing this, he ran away by fearing from the prince. Also, he calms Ralph by saying his father has no objection to Nima, because he is fond of her. Also, Nima is agitated about the prince because he is happy listening to the king. Prince also notices and inquires about her behavior with him. How can she tell him that he looks like Brute to her? On the opposite, Prince thinks she wants his attention, so she has started playing with her cheeks. Watching her sister in trouble, Ralph asks him to hand over her to him, because she needs to attend Karna's trial. Prince also accompanies her because he doesn't want to leave Nima alone. Now, Ralph has no excuse to save her sister. By taking her in his hands, he moves to the ground where he has gotten the prince's treatment. But Prince asks them to take him as a student, because he is here to watch the competition as a student. Now, their attention moves to Karna, who is surrounded by a circle. Prince elaborates that this is a magical circle and she needs to overpower the monster that appears from this circle. As she starts the magic, a fire dragon appears from it. Watching the divine fire dragon, everyone is shocked and knows it's a challenging task to defeat him. Prince inquires about Karna, whose extraordinary power is fire, and how she can call him. His assistant tells him that her control over fire is high, but she needs to gain command of water elements. So, this is going to be risky. Nima, who is listening to this, is worried about the dragon. By watching her sisters smile, she realizes she will not leave the dragon. Her mother also supports her. Nima can't see. The holy dragon is to die. She jumps from the prince's lap. Without thinking, she rushes to the ground, and her parents are worried about her. Nima jumps from the high wall and has no idea she can fall. Just then, magic works, and she reaches the ground without harm. Aside from this, soldiers have gotten ready to tackle the fire dragon. But she rushes to the fire dragon and stands in front of him. Also, she shouts at everyone not to harm him. Like this video and let me know in the comments if you are excited for next part.